Hello everyone and welcome back to the Awesome Physio YouTube channel. Today we are continuing with our running series and we're going to be focusing on shin splints. So shin splints is an anterior compartment syndrome. It's where we get a lot of tightness around the front of the lower leg, typically in the tibialis anterior muscle, but also we can get associated tightness into the perineal muscles around the side of the lower leg. What's really important with the routine today is that we stretch and release all around that lower leg and into the foot to reduce that pressure. And what's most common among runners when this is coming on is if they've suddenly increased the frequency, intensity or duration of their running. So it's really important with this exercise video to make sure that you are gradually building up that intensity, frequency and duration. So for the first exercise of our routine, we want to start by massaging down through the tibialis anterior muscle and the perineal muscles around the side of the leg. So what I've done here, obviously I've rolled up my leggings and I've added some moisturiser, but of course if you've got massage oil or olive oil, anything like that, where you can just massage and have a little bit of oil underneath is really important, because what you don't want is to friction down into the leg. So you're using both thumbs, pushing down from the knee all the way out from the ankle. So you want to start at the middle point of the shin as you're coming down. So as you can see here, into the middle, and then what you're doing over 30 seconds once you get to the bottom is just working your way round the side of the leg until we come round the side where we're finishing up by the side of the ankle. So this is a great way to get in there and release any tightness. It will probably feel a little bit kind of bubbly as you're moving down, so little points that are a little bit more tender. That's just points of tightness within the belly of the muscle, so really important to release through. You can also use a tennis ball to release down. So again, you're pushing down pressure into the tennis balls, you're pushing into the belly of the muscles. And I would always start on the middle part of the lower leg and work my way outwards. So we're gently relaxing through the belly of those muscles. So really important to release that tightness. So lovely circular motion, great way to get blood flow into the muscle to help with that relaxation and just to get it all moving. So again, starting off with the massage and then moving on to the tennis ball. The next thing we want to do is a little bit of movement through the ankle, because again, once you've released it, you want to be stretching and moving through those muscles and also the joints where they attach into. So really important to get it moving. So I would do 15 seconds of circles one way and then 15 seconds of circles in the opposite direction. Once we've done this, we want to actually stretch the belly of the muscles. This is one way that you can do it, where you're sitting back and then leaning backwards, so you're stretching around the front of the leg. I've added a cushion underneath, so it's a little bit nicer if it's a bit tender into the muscles. If you want to exaggerate the stretch even more, you can hold and pull the foot up slightly as you're leaning back, so that should exaggerate the stretch, because you'll be pointing the foot downwards to stretch through that tibialis anterior, so around the front of the shins. What we can then move on to is trigger pointing. So when you are massaging through, if there were any little nodules or little points that are a little bit more tender, we want to actually trigger point release and add pressure to those points. So you're going to find a tender spot, you're going to use the tennis ball and you're going to lean the body weight onto the tennis ball. You want to take it to about an 8 out of 10 in terms of pain, and then you're going to hold that pressure until that drops down to about a 2 or 3 out of 10. So you're using that to release those deeper points of tightness. So you're adding it in very, very gradually. So what you're doing is you're massaging, you're releasing, you're stretching, as well as trigger point pulling with the tennis ball. What we're then wanting to do is stretch a little bit more specifically once we've released everything. So you're adding in a deeper stretch now. So you want to make sure you're pointing the foot down and turning it in towards you. So you're stretching through not only the tibialis anterior, but also into the perineal muscles as well. So we want to hold this for about 30 seconds. And then finally, we want to gently foam roller into the belly of the muscles. So this is really, really important at the end. It might be slightly too tender when you start out, but you're using and maneuvering the body over the foam roller to go from the knee all the way down to the foot for 30 seconds.